Today I'm talking about the coconut oil and why it is the best oil on earth for us to consume. Initially, the coconut oil was the oil which was mostly sold in America, and in 1970s and 1980s, the soybean industry of United States wanted this coconut oil taken out of their market. It used to be like $2 billion market, which is a huge market for them. So they started a smear campaign saying that coconut oil causes heart attacks. This was not based on any evidence, and the truth is that coconut oil is the best oil to consume to prevent and treat heart disease. It does not contain any cholesterol. In fact, it increases the good cholesterol and decreases the bad cholesterol. And they base this on the fact that it is a saturated fat. Although it's a saturated fat, you will understand and learn that coconut oil is entirely different from animal fat, which is the most unhealthy fat. And coconut oil is made of what we call medium chain fatty acids. The biggest part of coconut oil is the lauric acid, which is only 12 carbons and is one of the best oils on earth for our health. On the contrary, the animal fats contain what we call long chain fatty acids, and they are about 20 carbons long. So the main component in vegetable oils are unsaturated and mono and polyunsaturated fats. And these are easily oxidized because they are unsaturated, and therefore they contain free radicals. So if you eat vegetable oils, you get a lot of free radicals in your body, and the free radicals are the main reason why we get atherosclerosis. We increase our aging, strokes, varicose veins, hemorrhoids, high blood pressure, aging, arthritis, digestive problems such as Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, and so on, reproductive problems, cataracts, loss of energy, diabetes, allergies, failing memory, and cancer. And something we don't understand is that vegetable oil gets rancid very easy because of the fact that they get oxidized easily, and also in their production they are sometimes subject to temperatures like 400 degrees of Fahrenheit. And when they're rancid, they don't have a special or particular smell, so we don't recognize it. So we'll consume it thinking, oh, it smells good. But actually, it can contain a lot of rancid oil or a lot of trans fat. And we know that trans fat increases heart attacks by about 53% according to one of the large studies in America. And so vegetable oil replaced the coconut oil in America, and the disease only went up from that point onwards. Trans fat is very unhealthy. Apart from heart disease, it causes multiple sclerosis, diverticulitis, diabetes mellitus, and many other illnesses I mentioned before. Now, I mentioned the coconut oil's main component is lauric acid, which is only 12 carbon fatty acid. And also, apart from that, animal fat as well as vegetable oils, which are soybean, sunflower, canola, peanut oil, and many other oils which are on the market, actually increase the stickiness of the platelets. We know that the stickiness of the platelets is one of the main reasons why we get heart disease. Coconut oil does not increase the stickiness of the platelets. And because it's a short chain fatty acid, it doesn't in fact require bile for digestion. We know all our fats, all the fats in the body need bile. So if you have a problem with your gallbladder, or if the gallbladder is taken out, most people have very hard time actually eating and digesting fat, and they get stomach pain, cramping, and all kinds of symptoms. But if you're eating a small amount of coconut oil, even a person without a gallbladder will have no trouble digesting it. We know that coconut oil has components, especially the lauric acid, kills the pathogenic bacteria such as Helicobacter pylori, which is the main reason why people get gastritis. Now we are doing tests for Helicobacter and giving antibiotics, but the best treatment for Helicobacter is to take coconut oil. The medium chain fatty acids in it will kill the bacteria. Also Chlamydia pneumoniae and cytomegalovirus. Cytomegalovirus is actually a virus, are also killed by medium chain fatty acids of coconut oil. It also kills herpes, influenza, bladder infections, gum diseases, all these germs. So basically, coconut oil is one of the best germ killing substances we can take, and it doesn't kill the healthy bacteria in our gut like the antibiotics. Antibiotics kill all the healthy bacteria, then you end up getting fungus infections and other problems. In fact, one of the main problems with taking antibiotics is overgrowth of Clostridium difficile, which gives you a deadly disease. So we also know that the coconut oil is very healthy for your bones and teeth. In fact, there was a landmark study done in New Caledonia where people close to the ports. This is 1930s. This is the time where people actually did not brush or floss, but people who were on a traditional taro and coconut diet who are not living close to ports, these are poor people, they had no dental caries to talk about. It was like less than 1%. But the people who were close to port, who made more money and ate Western food, mostly Americanized food, the animal food and so on, vegetable oils, they had 26% dental caries. 26% of them had dental caries. It's a huge difference. And we also know that the quality of the breast milk is vastly improved by taking coconut oil, because the main defense in the breast milk or human breast milk for the baby is the medium chain fatty acids in it. That's what kills all the germs. But a mother who doesn't actually take coconut oil but eat vegetable oils may have as little as 3% lauric acid, whereas a mother who can have a generous amount of coconut oil could have 18% of lauric acid and get the maximum protection for the baby. So that's important. And we also know that the caprylic acid found in coconut is one of the best treatments for yeast infections. In fact, you can apply coconut oil on your feet and you'll never get fungus at the feet. We know coconut oil has medium chain fatty acids which kill viruses. And we know in labs the HIV virus had been killed by the coconut oil. And so a lot of people use coconut oil now to decrease the viral count if they have HIV infections. And we also know that the coconut oil is so healthy for the brains because medium chain fatty acids actually can be used as energy. So it's good for people with diabetes, it's good for people with any kind of brain disease. Now we have research which proves that if you eat coconut daily, you will actually be able to control Alzheimer's and maybe even get a small amount of cure and definitely prevent from getting Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is when you lose memory when you're about 60 or 70, and also other problems of memory loss such as atherosclerosis is greatly reduced by a diet good in coconut. And also coconut oil has been known to be the best oil for the skin and hair. And we know vegetable oils are so bad. When Dr. Sweeney had done a study on medical students and given them vegetable oil for about 48 hours, all these students developed diabetes mellitus temporarily, so their fasting blood sugars went up. We know why it is now, because when you take polyunsaturated like vegetable oils, they get incorporated into our cell membranes, and then those cell membranes lose the ability to bind with insulin. You need insulin for the sugar to go into the cell, and that's why when you have insulin resistance, when your insulin doesn't work, you get diabetes type 2, the commonest form of diabetes. So that's why the diabetes has been increasing in United States after they took out the coconut oil. And also the other reason why diabetes increases is because of the milk and the meat and other animal foods, especially the milk. When you take milk, your diabetes increases. In fact, the American Pediatric Association has said don't give any milk to any babies because they get diabetes type 1. And so for a person who does not want to age, doesn't want to get any dreaded diseases like cancer, heart disease, strokes, arthritis, and brain degeneration and Alzheimer's, the diet I recommend for my patients and for everybody is to have some coconut meat in the morning. The first thing you eat should be raw vegetables to provide the best antioxidants. You want to eat some carrots, cabbage, some beans, maybe some cauliflower, bell peppers, any of these vegetables. So anything you like, raw, first thing in the morning, and then you can eat something made of something like whole grains, maybe rice, bread made of whole grains, maybe some yams, sweet potatoes, any of these, and some coconut as well. You can also eat legumes, kadala, the garbanzo beans, the mung beans, things like that. Then, when you are for lunch, you should have whole grains and vegetables only. No fruits. I have already said in another presentation that fructose is poison. If you take fructose or sugar, you get heart disease, cancer, diabetes, strokes, just like you're eating animal food. There's no benefit for vegetarians who eat sugar. They die early because they get heart disease from the sugar. Or vegetarians who take milk. Milk is the worst animal food on earth. So, for the dinner and for your lunch, you should eat vegetables and rice, a variety of vegetables, and eat very little oil, but make that oil coconut oil for best health. And that concludes my presentation today, and this is done mainly to promote the good benefits you can get from the best oil on earth, which is the coconut oil.